Graduates and guests, may we have your attention, please? Convocation is about to begin. If you have a mobile device or pager with you, please turn it off or silence it during the ceremony. Thank you for your attention and congratulations. If able, please rise.
We wish to acknowledge the land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. We are also grateful to have the opportunity to celebrate the achievements of our scholars who graduate today. On their behalf, let us express gratitude for the support of their family and friends, and for the faculty and staff who have guided them in their pursuit of knowledge. Whatever our own traditions, let us reflect as we proceed through the convocation ceremony on the many years of effort, sacrifice, and success that have brought us to this time of celebration. In concilium Universitatis Torontoniensis vocati sumus. Graduands, please remain standing. Everyone else, please be seated.
Insignissima Concellaria. Presento tibi husca scholares, ut admittantur ad gradus varios, testorque eos quad omnia quae statuta requirent aptos et idioneos esse.
Ad perfectum huius provinciae huiusque magnae patriae, et ad perfectum omnium nationem omnibus in terris conjunctarium. Ego, ex auctoritate mihi et toti universitati commissa, admitto vos ad gradus verios quorum jura vobis do, et peto quoque ut omnia conficiatus munera quae ad illos gradus pertinent.
Please be seated. My name is Nick Rule, and it is my privilege to serve as Acting Vice Principal Academic and Dean of the University of Toronto, Mississauga. Today, I have the additional privilege of assisting Alexandra Gillespie, Vice President of the University of Toronto and Principal of the University of Toronto, Mississauga, in conducting this convocation. The university is an institution with deep historical roots and many enduring traditions. Among these is our use of the language of the medieval university in today's wonderful celebration. For those in attendance who, like me, are less than fluent in Latin, a translation may be helpful. For my part, I said, "Most distinguished Chancellor, I present to you these scholars that they may be admitted to the various degrees, and I bear witness that as far as all things that the statutes require, they are fit and suitable. Much more significant from the standpoint of all of you, Professor Gillespie then replied, "To the benefit of this province, this great country, and to the worldwide community of nations, I, by the authority vested in me and in the whole university, admit you to your various degrees, grant you the rights, and ask of you the responsibilities of doing all those things which pertain to those degrees." And so, as my first order of business, I am delighted to salute you, the graduating class of 2023 from the University of Toronto, Mississauga. That's it. You're done. Professor Gillespie has already awarded you all your degrees. I'd also like to bid a warm welcome to everyone who's joined us here in historic Convocation Hall. Graduates, today the University of Toronto is formally recognizing your hard work, your accomplishments, your perseverance, and this milestone. Speaking of perseverance, you've successfully completed your program in extraordinary and challenging times. The last few years have been unique, and today's celebration is all the more meaningful for it. Each of you, as a member of the graduating class, is joining an exceptional family of University of Toronto alumni. U of T has a global community of over 660,000 alumni in 196 countries. They are the university's living legacy and our greatest ambassadors. U of T alumni serve in leadership roles in every corner of the globe and in every walk of life. They are prime ministers, justices, scholars, authors, community and business leaders, scientists, and professionals of every description. Their endeavors have shaped the world we live in and the way we understand that world. Certainly, the University of Toronto's high international standing can be attributed to generations of dedicated and very talented faculty and staff. But this reputation has also been built by our alumni, a group that now includes each and every one of you. So, to the graduating class, let me say thank you. Thank you for your many contributions to the university while you were a student, and thank you for all you will do as members of Canada's largest, and I believe, most distinguished alumni community. One more word of thanks is in order. I'm sure all graduates share a sense of gratitude to the friends and family members who have helped bring them to this special day. And I would ask you to join me in the platform party in thanking them with a vigorous round of applause. I also have another request. One of the distinguishing features of our convocation is that graduates come forward to be recognized. Not every university does this. When you do, you will then leave the stage using the ramp. So let me give you a little bit more instruction. So you're going to come up here. There's an X. So you can stop on the X and celebrate your moment as you wish. Follow the red carpet along and go down the ramp over there out those doors. Once you're out the doors, come around the hall and re-enter on the left. I encourage you to think of the very last person to be on stage as you do this. I believe it will be Liheng Zhu. Liheng, are you here? Could you stand up, please? So please come back in the room, and everyone, let's celebrate on and on until Liheng finally comes and tidies things up at the end, okay? So, finally, I note that the university is a mask-friendly environment. We ask everyone to respect each other's decisions and comfort levels with regard to health and safety concerns. Similarly, we will forego the traditional handshake up on stage, but we promise to offer a vigorous round of applause as you pass by. So thank you for your understanding and assistance, and once more, warmest congratulations. It's now my incredible privilege to introduce today's convocation speaker, Samra Zafar. Ms. Zafar is an award-winning speaker and author, a physician in training, and a leading educator in equity, mental health, and human rights. After arriving in Canada as a child bride in a forced marriage, Ms. Zafar escaped a decade of abuse and oppression and went on to complete 2 degrees from the University of Toronto. Her book, A Good Wife, Escaping the Life I Never Chose, chronicles this journey and is both an international bestseller and a beacon of hope. Ms. Zafar served as an alumni governor at U of T for 6 years and 2 years as chair of UTM's campus council. Please welcome Samra Zafar to the podium.
Thank you, Professor Rule, Principal Gillespie, members of the procession. Welcome, honored guests, faculty, staff, friends, family, and most especially, graduates of the class of 2023. Today is both a proud ending and an exciting beginning for all of you. Exactly 10 years ago, I was where you are, graduating after a long road of struggles. I had come to Canada as a child bride, feeling lost and scared, and also with a little bit of hope that maybe this is the land where I will be able to fulfill my childhood dream of getting an education. Living in Mississauga, I'd stare longingly at the blue graduation hat signs around campus, wishing that one day I would be able to attend UTM. My dream was broken many times. But even in those dark moments, when I had no hope of ever being able to go to school, I would stand in front of a mirror and practice the graduation speech that I would one day hope to deliver. In 2013, when I graduated from UTM, I delivered that same speech. Education and this university became my new community, my new family, and my gateway to a life of freedom and respect for myself and my two daughters. And today, here I am, in front of all of you, 10 years later. Life comes full circle. At many graduations, speakers talk about how they see tomorrow's leaders in front of them. I will not do that, because I don't want you to wait until tomorrow to start leading. I want you to begin leading now. Because leadership is not about job titles, hierarchies, letters after our names, or business cards. You don't need to wait for those things to start leading. In fact, the world cannot afford for you to wait. So what do you need to start leading now? I believe there are 3 essential ingredients. You need to be clear about what drives you. You need to tap into what protects you. And you need to embrace what inspires you. First, what drives you? Your drive emerges from that powerful combination of your authentic values and dreams. What difference do you want to make in this world? And how do you want to make that difference? Will you be guided by ambition, prosperity, impact? When you are clear about the values that you embody, that will guide you towards clearer choices and a path that is true to who you are. Shine your light strong and bright, because you deserve it and the world needs it. Second, what protects you? I know that many of you have already faced burnout, depression, anxiety, and other strains on your mental health. I know I certainly have. Yet often, we don't think about taking care of ourselves until we face these serious outcomes. But it is absolutely essential to take care of ourselves in the good times so that we can be better prepared to do so when we struggle. Like protecting our health, building boundaries, learning when to say no, knowing when to step back, and honoring our needs. This isn't selfish. In fact, it's one of the least selfish things that you can do. You have to be kind to yourself first before being kind to others. So self-care is not just protection for you, it's also protection for those you care about. And those you care about and those who care about you are also a big part of your protection. Be intentional about who you surround yourself with. These are people who have your best interests at heart. They make you feel good about yourself. They will support you and give you tough love when you need it. Think of these people as your own personal cheerleading squad. I'm grateful to have the support of many such people in my life, some of whom are here today. Like Jennifer, who showed up at my door to celebrate when I got accepted into medical school. Justin, who has been my sanity savior in many moments of self-doubt. Harriet, who cheered me at one of the most meaningful speeches of my life at a girls' school in rural Kenya. And most of all, my two daughters, Kinza and Sarah, who are the two people who inspire me the most in the world. And finally, what inspires you? What sparks fire in your soul? What brings you joy? What difference do you want to make in this world? To me, inspiration is about connection. Connection with community, the people that we love and learn from. Connection with a higher power from which we draw strength and guidance. Perhaps you call it God, the universe, or your own intuition. Connection with a sense of purpose. For me, that is helping people see the light that they have within themselves. Sounds simple, right? Figure out what your values are, look after yourself and the people around you, and tap into things that protect you and inspire you. And then wait for life to throw you a curveball, or two. When I walked across this stage 10 years ago, I was pretty sure that I was headed towards a career in finance. Yet inside of me, there was a burning realization. I knew that my story was not just my story. It is the story of millions of people around the world who are struggling to find our place of belonging. I knew that I needed to do my part to make a difference. So I began sharing my story with the hopes that it might inspire others to realize their own strength. In fact, the first time my story was made public was my convocation day 10 years ago, June 10th, 2013. I was here in this very hall. I got my degree, a very emotional moment for me, something that I'd worked so hard for so many years. I went home and logged into my social media and found thousands of messages from people all over the world connecting with my story and message. I knew then that I could never stop. Since then, following my purpose and being open to opportunities has guided me and all my decisions and taken me in directions that I could never have imagined. As a speaker, as an author, and now as a future physician on a mission to promote inclusive mental health. There continue to be challenges along the way, but blazing our own trail is messy. It's never smooth. You will fall, you will stumble, you will shift directions, you will face dead ends, you will face people who will doubt you. But if you know what drives you, tap into what protects you, and embrace what inspires you, you will find your footing again. Remember this, when someone tells you that you cannot do something, they are showing you their limits, not yours. Our circumstances are often not in our control, but our response is. And how you choose to respond is the biggest factor in your outcome. So when you fall, which you inevitably will, choose to get back up and try one more time, every time. The first and most important person you need permission from is you. And when you give yourself that permission, you will undoubtedly find people who will support and champion you along the way. And you will discover that you are a leader. You have the power to speak up for change, to break barriers, to redefine status quos, to pay it forward, to carve a new path for yourself and others alongside you, to make sure that even if you are the first person like you at a table, you will not be the last. And when you look into the mirror, you will see what I see when I look at all of you today. I do not see tomorrow's leaders, I see today's. Thank you.
Professor Alexandra Gillespie, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates from the University of Toronto, Mississauga, who are being admitted to the degree of Honors Bachelor of Arts. Zhongheng Jian.
中国第一！
Ray Jared Kitevis Timbang. Gregory Anton Tomchishin. Selena Maria Toro. Avery Jean Torok. Nicholas J. Tausey. Alan Phan Chung. Joanne Chung. Luan Kwok Min Chung. Hey Yu Vanilla Tse. Thank you. Sananu Kwaku Sikata. Cecilia Chu. Kavya Abhimani Ubesekara. Veronica Alexandra Ugolini. Maria Camila Urego Loaiza. Katre Nur Uz. Ariana Gabrielle Vacca. Cora Louise Valli. Niall Evan Vanden Bygart. Tomás Eduardo Vargas Filpo. Lennon Anthony Vaz. Jan Patricia Lagdaman Villas. Vian Vu. Nicholas Brandon Walker. Katrina Charlena Walsh. Chie Wang. Gengchan Wang. Jianing Wang. Kahan Wang. Lijia Wang. Chichao Wang. Shuhan Wang. Shanruang Wang. Xiaoxi Wang. Xiaoyi Wang. Yashin Wang. Yiying Wang. Yuqi Wang. Yurun Wang. Yutong Wang. Zhongqing Wang. Nuha Nazrul Wani. Peter Thomas Warchol. Isra Wasim. Rayana Widmar Pert. Giovanni Gracia Welong. Clarice Sophia Tan Wong. Joshua Jacob Wong. Suki Wong. Yatchung Wong. Anchi Wu. Bilin Wu. Josephine Wu. Kwon Chun Wu. Xiao Chu Wu. Sita Wu. Wei Chen Wu. Yutong Wu. Hera Juhari. Yifan Shah. Yinan Shah. Vivian Carwing Xiao. Xie Xie. Yawen Xin. Patricia Stephanie Kisnaris. Danny Xu. Fu Rei Xu. Thank you. Haiping Xu. Jiale Xu. Xihua Xu. Xiaoqi Xu. Ziting Xu. Chunlong Shui. Aya Yafawi. Yadiker Yalikun. Julia Yamasaki. Yining Yan. Tzu Yan. Jinghan Yang. Liu Yang. Man Yang. Siyi Yang. Frederica Jacob Yap. Xin Yue. Zhong In Yu. Lori Amelia Young. Cassidy Fang Yu. Han Yu. Jing Yu. Mengyin Yu. Chanwen Yu. Changyue Yu. Serena Su Yi Yu. Xijing Yu. Amy Yu. Yun Yu. Jason Ewan. Sina Nur Yurt. Kathleen Grace Uzon. Fatima Zaidi. Bing Er Zhang. Hung Zhang. Jiawei Zhang. Jing Zhang. Jingyi Zhang. Nianyi Zhang. Chantang Zhang. Jue Zhang. Jianqi Zhang. Tongyi Klaus Zhang. Xingyi Zhang. Xinyi Zhang. Yumang Zhang. Yutong Zhang. Jeyu Zhang. Zijing Zhang. Guanhua Zhao. Hao Zhao. Siqi Zhao. Yating Zhao. Yijie Zhao. Jianmin Zhen. Yang Zheng. Yanja Ji. Mingjun Zhong. Chenyu Zhou. Xinyang Zhou. Qianyu Zhu. Jishuan Zhu. Alexander Carl Zhouter. April Naomi Zuniga Fonseca. Candidate from the University of Toronto, Mississauga, who is being admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bei Wang. Candidates from the University of Toronto, Mississauga, who are being admitted to the degree of Honours Bachelor of Science, Anoum Hanif. Fang Shuo Tian. Jianhao Tian. Ziyu Tian. Anastasia Tikovskaya. Brandon Edwin Tim. Jersey Tse Xie Tiang. Sona Annette Tissington. Brendan Nathaniel Lu Chiu. Georgina Tomas. Shinhang Tong. Mital B. Topiwala. Kayla Deep Chung. Tracy Chung. Kevin Trin. Elaine Tsai. Isaac Tse. Nicholas Tubielovitz. Wenhua Tang. Maya Isabel de Freitas Turkai. Thaisa Shilingti Santana. Surafel Uloro. Ala Umar. Veronica Umerez. Tara Uninayar. Gurleen Upal. Parnika Upal. Suban Upal. Sahil Manut Ved. Thank you. Shrey Suketu Vakil. Vanessa Tiu Vamus. Sydney Elizabeth Vandenbroek. Ashley Sahana Vanderkern. Veronica Venditti. Tiago Vidal Murakami. Sukmun Vig. Kavin Aditya. Manpreet Kaur Virdi. Axel Visan. Malind Vishnoi. Tanya Nupur Vyas. Hind Mohammed Waden. Jiachun Wan. Chen Wang. Derek Yiwen Wang. Dongliang Wang. Jiaxin Wang. Ruichen Wang. Shaohan Wang. Sihan Wang. Tej Wang. Tianhui Wang. Wenjun Wang. Wenkai Wang. Xianglong Wang. Shiyu Wang. Xueting Wang. Yiran Wang. Yuancheng Wang. Yuliang Wang. Yulin Wang. Shangji Wen. Andrew Jihuan Wang. Sky Mackenzie West. Andrea Ivana Wilson. Adam David Vloshak. Emma Christine Wolfram. Brianna Youngshi Wong. Shun San Wong.
Have a wonderful evening, ladies and gentlemen!
Ryan Ethan Wong. Wang He Jeffy Wong. Ishika Jamelia Wright. Dominic Rona. Bi Chi Wu. Chuan Yu Wu. Emily Wu. Joshua Joseph Xavier. Yufeng Xie. Jet Xu. Jinhao Xu. Li Chen Xu. Mengchang Xu. Minyang Xu. Runse Xu. Su Chen Xu. Wen Yu Xu. Yunzhuo Xu. Ziqi Xu. Donghan Yang. Shuhan Yang. T Yang. Melody Yazdani. Sulia Ye. Jaerong Ye. Jihao Ye. Grace Marie Yi. Sina Cecilia Young. Lily Yin. Le Yi Ying. Cheng Wang Ye. Gary Kwantat Ye. Jin Yoshizawa. Sandra Atef Youssef. Andrew Kin Lok Yu. Hannah Yu. Tianyi Yu. Victoria Yu. Weizhang Yu. Deji Yuan. Wai Ki Yue. Arez Zahid. Almira Zahid. Flaka Zahiri. Dalia Zakria. Zara Zaman. Camille Zanetti. Albert Daoud Zarifa. Mariam Khaled Zaid. Chunkai Zhang. Dichao Zhang. Unshan Zhang. Han Zhang. Hanwen Zhang. Haoshui Zhang. Haoyu Zhang. Hefan Zhang. Joanna Zhang. Paul Bochuan Zhang. Ruikai Zhang. Huimin Zhang. Huizhi Zhang. Shining Zhang. Shangyu Zhao.
为中华之崛起而鼓掌！
Shuidan Zhao. Yang Zhao. Yishuan Zhao. Yuqi Zhao. Richard Zheng. Yuanhao Zheng.
Let's go!
Minqi Zhou. Wentao Zhou. Guanyu Zhu. Hui Zhu. Yamna Jia. Chris Xiu. Ilya Zivkovic. Shangxie Zhou. Ziqiang Zuo. Demid Zikov. Candidates from the University of Toronto, Mississauga, who are being admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science. Dhaval Trivedi. Yongtai Wang. Subin Yoon. Candidates from the University of Toronto, Mississauga, who are being admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Zhuo Nok Zheng. Kwun Yin Tong. Alexandra Lawrence van der Vleugel. Romisa Wasim. Shiyuan Wu. Chuk Ying Ye. Yuanhao Zhang. Candidates from the University of Toronto, Mississauga, who are being admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Aodong Tian. Jiashuan Tian. Anmin Chen. Hugh An Chen. Hao Tu. Pei Yi Tuo. Lucas Valencius. Vilvanath Venkatesh. Hamza bin Wahid. Zhenyi Wang. Jingyi Wang. Rui Shui Wang. Yiqing Wang. Yihan Wang. Yutong Wang. Yan Kit Wang. Chi Yu Wu. Si Yu Wu. Yiran Wu. Yatong Shi. Jiqing Xiang. Haoxin Xiao. Jiaqi Xie. Linjin Xie. Kelsey Xu. Minzhou Xu.
That's me. Thank you.
Yue Xu. Ziying Xu. Han Yu Yang. Jiayin Yang. Kai Yang. Lusha Yang. Yuan Yuan Yao. Hao Han Yin.
I love China.
Qianxi Yuan. Jiale Zhang. Lin Zhang. Yufei Zhang. Hengqi Zhao. Peipei Zhao. Yue Zhao. Yijin Zhao. Xiaochan Zheng. Jiyuan Zheng. Fuhui Zhou. Shaodan Zhou. Jingwei Zhu. Rahul Zervi. Anna Zivkovic. Hao Yu Zhou. Li Hang Zhou.
On behalf of the University of Toronto and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby admit all of those candidates not here present to their degrees in absentia.
As we conclude convocation, I wish to thank all of you for your participation and patience. To the families and friends, and to those in the procession, let me say thank you. You've made this a more memorable event for each member of the graduating class. I would like to thank Professor Gillespie for presiding over today's ceremony. I wish to thank as well, let's give her a round of applause. I wish to thank as well the many other colleagues and friends of the university who participated in this convocation, whose names you will find in your programs. I now invite Professor Gillespie to bring today's ceremony to a close.
As I bring this convocation ceremony to a close, on this, your special day, I hope that we will see you often in the years to come. And I invite you to stay connected. We are going to be very interested watching your journeys. And we know that you will make an impact for the better in whatever path you choose. Concilium dimisum est.